Welcome back to another Final Table commentary. I'm going deep into the past. Scoop 2020. It's way too long ago. Feels like decades ago. Not really. It's just a couple of years ago. Anywho, we got a 2K PKO. Starting things off. Should be a pretty quick one. We're not deep at all. Fresh OD with the big stack, 80 blinds. Benzie B in second with 41. Radio with 2.5 sticks in the king 6. Merla, ace and a 9, 39 blinds. Let's go bounty hunting. Doesn't look like anybody else will come along. King on the flop, that will do. No jack. Ace doesn't work. That's 2 pair for radio. Did I say Canada? Ottawa, Canada. 36 big blinds for them. PM Mark, 37 blinds. And then we got Robix, 12 blinds, another shorty there. So I better get quick into a prediction. What does the crystal ball say? Well, I see Benzie B. I see not too many other deep stacks. There's something like a 4-way tie for second. Fresh OD has just about double Benzie B. What the hell's going on here? King Jack goes for a raise and Ace 10 calls on the button with 5 blinds. 3 remaining. Merla with Queen sticks in the 3-bet. King Jack O in the muck. Ace 10 in the muck. What the hell just happened there? Ace 10 suited for radio. I mean, nice fold, I suppose, right? He had queens, but whatever. Fresh OD raises the 4-5 suited. His spades are dominated. Robix might want to go bounty hunting. $2,600 out there. King Jack does stick it in. 4-5 suited looks like it can go bounty hunting. Spade would make things interesting. Couple of 3s, no good. Robix with a pair of jacks will get the bounty. And the ladder up to 26 bigs. Almost a triple up. Merla raising 6-3 suited. We like to see it. Nice and aggressive. Ace jacks. Oh, we'll rip it in. Get it on through and we're moving on along. 8-2 suited in the big blind. What does old Benzie B do? Doesn't matter. He just gets walked out. Robix, ace and a 10 off 25 blinds. Don't know if they're going to get called in the big blind there. Fresh OD has the chips to play with. So he comes along. King 9 deuce. Not much doing for either player here. King high board is good for Robix though. Takes a little stab, quick fold from 6 high. But of course. Let's quickly make sure we're zooming through here. No, we aren't. Let's pick up the pace. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Robix, King 4 suited. What do we do? Limp? There's the limp. Merla, ace 9-0. Could play raise. Plays all in. Robix with the quick fold and we move along. Aces. I see aces. Doesn't matter how old this... I guess it does matter how old this is. Maybe we play aces differently at some point. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. 4-7 comes along in the big blind. 4-7 offsuit, eh? That seems like something that wouldn't happen nowadays. Even though we are sort of all tied up for second place. I mean, Robix is a little bit behind, but nonetheless, 4-7 surely, I think, would hit the fold nowadays. No need to defend our big blind there. That's just a wasted chips. Wasted big blind. Mark with the 8s. Could be a jam. 30 blinds seems like a lot. He does stick it in. It just seems reasonable, right? Because Fresh OD should be opening the widest of the stacks. Do-do-do-do. So it's not too bad just to take it down pre for Mark there. And we'll face a raise from Benzie B, trying to limp in the King 10. Surely we're going to a flop. King Queen deuce. Middle pair for Ben. He'll check it back. Ace on the turn. 3 on the river will give Ben the best of it. Mark blocks the nuts with King 10 here. Do. 2-bet pre. You would expect there to be a lot of ace-x in there. BCP just so happens to river 2 pair, so it's just unfortunate for Marky. As well with the ace-x, you do see a lot of weird raises from the big blind with even shit like 5 deuce off. So who knows, maybe bottom pair will turn itself into a bluff on the river, blocking 2 pairs. So you could even see some random ass 9-3-0s, just a bunch of random shit. You don't even have to have a pair to turn yourself into a bluff. You could just sit there with 6 high and say, I need to bluff. So Mark, when he pays it off with the pair kings, it makes sense. Fresh with the jacks, putting in a 3-bet. Getting it through. 8s this time round. Merla with the king 10 suited and aught in the big blind. What do we do with ace 4 suited? We could just go to a flop. We do have a 3-betting hand though. Or flopping a wheel. Alrighty, Roo. Not too bad of a board for 8, so I'll take a little stab. Get called by the king high. And maybe the ace high. You don't want to see this call from the small blind, but you're still drawing to a pretty damn good straight. No clubs out there for you, that sucks. 5 on the turn. Aught will lead on out, pair 8s quickly fold. What does king 10 do? It folds too. Surely, even though it's a pretty small bet. Doesn't matter. Nice little steal there from Aught. Ottawa, Canada. I don't know why I'm calling you Aught, but that's your name. 10-9 suited. We're going for a 3-bet from the small. Merla, 8-9 suited. This is cool. It's a little too expensive to go to a flop that time around for him. Or her. Whoever. That human being. Ottawa with 4s. Just going for the min raise. Benzie B defending the big blind with 8-4 suited. Flops what? Backdoor flush? Yeah, backdoor flush. Boo. 4s go for a 3rd and they take it down on the flop. Nice result for 4s. Boo. Merla with the king 10 of spades again. Limping it in. That's interesting. Mark comes along with 7-6 suited. Flop in bottom pair. Not good enough for him, I don't think. King 10 of spades with the flush draw. Checks it over on the ace high board. Fresh OD leads out with an open-ended straight draw on the turn. Merla calls. Spade completes on the river. 6 high, trying to buy the pot, but he's going to see the bad news real quick. Merla jams. Easy fold for 6 high. Aught, king, queen, O. Raising it up. And likely getting it through. Unless we're seeing another wide defend. Robix off the short stack. 19 blinds. Yeah, it just looks like a fold. Robix will jam the ace 10-0 facing a raise from Fresh OD on the button. Unfortunately, Fresh has lost quite a few chips, but still hangs in there as things have evened right the heck up. 3-bet this time with ace jack. That's no good, Mark. Ace king. We'll just stick it in. $12,000 on his head. Fresh OD is not tempted to go bounty hunting with ace jack. And we move along. Merla continues to limp. Alrighty, Roo. 3-6 comes along. Okay, Ottawa, Canada is playing wide ass hands. Alrighty, Roo. This 10 jack has a straight. Yes, it does. Diamonds complete on the turn. Not the best card for top pair, but you can go for a little bit more value, protection. Charge a diamond. 7 on the river. Goes check. Mark shows him the straight. Merla says, what the hell? What the hell? Ottawa, Canada raising up queen 9-0. I don't know why, but I want to see a raise from Ben CB just because we like bluffs, right? Just because we like bluffs when they look so pretty like that, like Queen 6 getting Queen 9 to fold. Yep, we love it. Do King 8 in the muck. Queen 6 again for Ben CB. What do we do? Limping it in. Both players make a pair of queens. Goes check, check. Ben checks again. Fresh takes a little stab. Spade's complete on the river, so it goes check, check again. And they chop it on up. 6s versus 7s. Go into a flop ace, queen 3. 6s. What do? We stab. 7s with a spade might come along. Ben CB says, no, not this time. Not on the ace high board, nope. Nice little steal from Ottawa, Canada. King 4 versus King 4. Robix with a spade, but I don't know if that's too enticing on the Jack 8-7 flop. Both players pair the 4 on the turn. Queen of Hearts on the river. Go check, check. Check, check, and we chop it up. Ben CB raising the king and a jack. It's the same suit. Ottawa, Canada likes to defend hands. King 7-0, let's go. Queen 10 flop. That's a royal flush draw for Ben CB, who bets and takes it on the flop as blinds go up. 8-10 versus 8-10. This is the fun stuff we're looking for. About 31 big blinds deep. We see a limp. Mark slightly covers Ottawa, Canada. So we see him bump it on up. Quick call from Canada. We're both flopping a straight draw to a 7. Bet from Mark in position. Canada calls. Ace on the turn. Wow. How exciting. 2 million chips out in the middle. Goes check, check on the turn. Ooh, this is weird. I don't know what to do in either of these players' shoes. Ottawa, Canada checks it on over. If Mark just checks, we're chopping it up. We're chopping it up. 10 high gives up and 10 high doesn't stab. I mean, that's still kind of fun to that's still kind of cool to see. As Mark and Canada are tied up again. Ben CB just behind them with 29 blinds. Jack 3 with no real draw. Still live versus the ace 6, providing there's no heart, but that don't matter. Mark will stab with a nut flush draw and take it down. Beep-a-doo-doo. Mark right back in there with king 9. Ben CB king queen suited, or king queen O in the small blind jams and gets it through. Fresh OD limping in. Robix queen 7 suited, eh? King queen or king 8-3 flop. 2 clubs that don't matter. Fresh OD stabs and gets the queen high to fold. Wow, I feel like a lot of words were said that were irrelevant for the action, but whatever. Fresh OD's still staying aggressive here as he's blinded down a little bit. 21 bigs on the button, 10-8-0, let's go. Take a stab and get it through. Robix, ace jack on the button. Just sticks it all in. Merla doesn't want to go bounty hunting, good timing. King jack in the muck. Merla with a queen and a 10, limping it in. Continuing the limping strategy. Gonna keep 2 dominated hands in the pot. 8-5-4 flop. Not too much doing for anybody. Just some backdoors. Mark says this is my flop though. Merla sticks in the raise and says nope, it's mine. Canada with 10 jack. Oh, is like, is it my flop? Whose flop is this? Mark hits the muck with the queen high, of course. Canada on the button, ace 3-0, raising it up. Ben defends the big 10-4 suited. Only one club for him. Ace high board. Canada stabs and takes it down. Mark with the queen and the 8 lets it go on the button. Not a great song. That doesn't matter. Ben CB with a stupid little flush draw to the 6. Sorry, the 6 of spades is the stupid little flush draw. Poorly constructed sentence. Just hit the muck with that king 6. Mark in the cutoff, raising up ace 9. Ace 9 in the small hits the muck. Robix, king jack in the big blind. Looks like a defend. Might just rip it into. I like defend better though. 5-5-5 flop. Well. Mark starts things off with a quarter pot size bet. King jack comes along 4 on the turn. Do. Ace 9 squeaking out a little more value maybe from the king high. What if Robix bluffs? In a bounty tournament? What do we do with king jack? In the muck. Throw it in the muck. It's a very good price, you know. King high could be good, but nice fold from Robix. We see Mark at ace high. Then value bet on the turn, but still nice to get some protection there. Just from any 2 cards. Mark with the king and the queen. This looks like a defending hand for Canada. 3 to a straight, that's no fun. We wanted some spades out there, dealer. Mark with 2 overs takes a stab and gets it through. Merla queen 10 again limps in. I suppose that's no surprise. Mark with 3-6 will check it back, flop and bottom pair. 10s for Merla will take a stab. Mark on a king high board. I don't know what to do. Mark says call. So there's still some straight draws that are out there. Ooh, they may have completed on the river. It just goes check anywho. Not too much going on there. 6s for Robix, jams for 10 bigs. Mark with king queen suited might come along. $2,000 looks like fun. It's a large portion of his chips. He still finds the jam. Queen on the flop, that will do. 6 on the river, just kidding. Just kidding there, Mark. Queen on the turn too. I think he had a diamond. Robix smacks a 6. Boo. 9-10 with a straight draw, 2 and 8. Could put a bet in. We'll just check it back. 3 of a kind for Ben CB, who's playing it sneaky. Check and flop, check and turn. Jack on the river, 9-10 doesn't stab. Little bet from Ben CB, and Fresh OD finds the fold. Boo. So the biggest stack, Ben CB, 25 blinds. Shortest stack, Fresh OD with 13. He came in here with the lead. We've just seen a lot of trading of chips in this final table. 2 players with top pair. This could get interesting. 8's still gonna play. There ain't no river where they chop. Do. Oh, just kidding. I think there were some 2 pair chops. I am silly. Hard to read the board even in the 2-card game. Fresh OD, 10 blinds. Rips it and gets it through. Ace deuce suited. Raising it up. I see 10s in the small blind. That looks like a jam. Ace deuce in the muck. King 9 for Ben CB in the muck. 22 blinds under the gun. Who knows what to do here? I'm just wondering, like, you don't really have the chips to put the pressure on the other players in Ben CB's shoes or even Merla's shoes, so you kind of have to wait. Not wait, but be a little bit more patient, you know? Ace Jack ripping it in. Robix, King Queen suited, thinking about going bounty hunting. Would be nice to get a ladder too, but Robix does find the fold. Don't you dare do it, Canada. He's dominated. Doesn't matter. Finds the fold, we move along. Merla says, alright, you guys, I cover all of you. Queen 9 suited. Good luck calling. King Queen suited does it again. Canada wakes up with Ace King. Sweat the queen, sweat the diamonds. Oh no, that's a straight. No boat for Canada. Gosh darn it. Merla gets the bounty. Uh-oh. Do we see clubs out here? Nope, but we do get a couple pairs. And a queen on the turn. 2 pair for Merla. Not too bad of a... Oh! 6 on the river! I was just about to say not too bad of a run for Merla. But we're going to see a bet and a quick call from 2 pair for Ben CB. And he's up to 28 bigs. Fresh OD takes down pot. Pre-flop with the queen jack. Picking up the blinds and antes. Ace 10 coming along to a flop. And Merla flops a flush. So the run good does continue. Oh no, and an ace on the river. Gets even better for Merla. We see a value bet from Ben. After checking back the turn, it's a very sneaky check back. Ben paid, right? Yep. Ben quickly pays with 3 of a kind, a straight blocker. Merla shows him the bad news. Uh-oh, hopefully he doesn't go bounty hunting. Don't do it. He's dominated. He's going to need a club or some clubs, a 9. Maybe some straight cards. Or he's going to be down to about 1 million chips. Club. There's a club. Don't you dare pair the board. 3 of a kind, no good. Ben CB getting a little lucky there. Or quite lucky. Getting the bounty. Was that the 12k bounty? There was at least one big ol' ass bounty. Boo-ba-da-doo. Sorry, I gotta figure that out. 12k bounty, yep. Alrighty, yep. Pair 7s, yep. Take a stab, get it through. 10 and an 8. Going for the limp, alrighty, Roo. Robix with an ace in the small blind, plays call. Queen, queen, jack, flop. Checks around a fresh OD. Taking a stab and getting it through. Not too bad of a spot for them. Merla limping. No, that was a 3x, wasn't it? Look at the size of the pot. 1.6 million. Pair of 8s. And the deuce gets counterfeit on the turn. A diamond will complete Ben CB the flush for him. 8 deuce. Let's see a jam. You know, let's just see something spicy blocking the boats. Nope. Merla hits the muck with her hand. 10-7 for Merla. 36 bigs on the button. Lets it go. Nowadays we see nothing but raising. Ben CB takes the 5-3-0 and rips. Jack 5 rips. Nicely done for Ben CB. Picking up a few blinds. Robix will get a few 2 with the King 9-0 from the small. 2 big stacks. Or the deeper stacks. They're not that big and they're not that deep. Open-ended straight draw from Merla on the ace high board will lead out and take it. Robix will get the blinds there. Wow, I see something going on here. Jacks for fresh OD. King queen suited comes along as well. King on the flop. 3? Nope. Just 1 pair for Ben CB down to 12 blinds. Robix gets the knockout. And the big stack, 32 bigs. Not much doing for Robix, but Ben CB has a gutter to the straight flush. Pair of 9s from Merla. Comes along. A jack is super weird here. 2 pair from Merla. 1 liner to the queen. 3 flush board. 1 liner to an 8 as well. 2 pair might just fold. That's a very good price though. If we're being honest, that's a great price. Merla says, doesn't matter. Ben limping in the queens. Jack, jack, 6 flop. Robix with 10 high. No backdoors. Finds the fold. 4-9. Throw it away. Put in a raise. Throw it away. Throw it away is the option that Robix goes with. Queen 10. We'll bump it on up. Wouldn't be surprised to start seeing some limps. Maybe we want to keep the aggressive line pre-flop. Boo, 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 boo. Ace high board, pair threes for Robix. Checks it back. Don't you dare put a king out there, Poker Stars. 3 on the river. That's 3 of a kind for Robix. Ben CB gives on up. And a little value bet from the threes get through. Jack 4-0, limping it in. Merla with an ace and a jack. Raising and getting it through. Ace 8, flopping top pair. 3 to a straight for Ben CB. Probably not going to do much though. Nope. Ace king for for Robix, my bad. Limping it in very sneakily. Merlot with 3 to a flush. Has 3 cards that can make a straight too. Runner jack 10 or 10 jack. 10 on the turn. Robix playing it super sneaky, and Merlot will take the bait. Surely we don't fold ace king yet. Not the best card in the world. 5 of diamonds. Interesting. Merlot blocking some 2 pairs, mainly ace 5. Could it randomly have ace 8-5, 9-5? You know, it's a limp pot. Merlot will get the ace king to fold there. Interesting. Nicely done by Merlot, right? Having the balls without the diamond. Still pull the trigger. Oh, I shouldn't have said balls, right? Whatever. He said it. Merlot with 3 of a kind. Wheel for Ben CV. Alright. Pretty big cooler here. Who's it going to be for? Merlin needs a jack, a 3, a 4, or an ace. Queen is not it. Quick call from Ben CB. Shows him the draw, or shows him the wheel, sorry. Could you imagine Ben CB just calls with some 5 deuce draw? He's like, yeah, I was drawing, I missed. Not gonna happen ever in the world. Not once. How do we all have a pair here? Ben CB, even with the backdoor flush draw. Not an easy sentence to say out loud. Much easier inside your head. Robix with the best of it still will lead on out on the river. Nice thin value bet. Will he get paid, or will he induce a bluff from Ben CB? That would be kind of silly. Nah, Ben CB just calls. Robix shows him the 7. Ooh, Ben jamming the ace queen here. For about 21 bigs makes sense. Robix with a suited ace. 3-handed says, shit, I wanted to go to the flop, Ben. What are you doing? Pretty interesting final 4, and we're down to a final 3 now, of course, but ever since the final 4 is what I'm trying to say. Things got interesting. Chip stacks evened out for quite a while. Then what the hell happened? Was it Merlot who got the bounty? I think Merlot got the bounty. Whoever the hell was in 4th, I can't even remember now. As both players got a pair here. Merlot off 14 bigs. Going for a little protection for the pair of queens. 3 on the turn, pairing the board. Robix plays aces and 3s with a king kicker now. King, queen, 2 pair is no good. Any ace beats you. He goes for a little value bet and gets shown the bad news. 4s rip it in. Merla 8-9 suited. Letting it go. 7s for Robix. Jamming again. Getting it through again. Ben limping in 9-7 of spades. 7 deuce checks it back. Flopping a wheel draw, backdoor flush draw. Ace high board. Ben just folds 9 high. No backdoors. Ace 7. We get this in, right? For the ace 3. Ace 3 just calls. We see a bunch of hearts. This gets in. Hard to fold ace 7 on this board. Heart will do. Merla doubles up 19 blinds. Ben down to 13. Comes along with jack 10. Flops open-ended with the backdoor heart draw. Robix with the backdoor spades. Had a backdoor straight draw. Not no more. Jack 10 should get the job done at some point. Picks up a few more outs. No, it doesn't. Always had the out to the 8. Big bet here on the river. We both pair our jacks. Interesting stuff. And Robix finds the call. bcpoff down to 4.5 bigs. That's no fun. Merla gets one through with pocket 4s. Ace 4 for Robix gets through, of course. I think it was 8-3 for Merla. Jack 9 calling and seeing a flop. That's 3 9s. Alright, so 1.7 million chips should be going his way. At least more too. Could you imagine if somehow it went runner, queen, queen? Boop-a-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. 7s for Robix. Jams. Merla has to fold. King Jack suited jam. King 10, we get it in, and we're dominated. Uh-oh. Jack. Trade outs. That's clubs for bcpoff, who's up to 13. Tying it on up with Merla, slightly ahead. 8-6, 12 big blinds effective. We could just be jamming everything. Instead, Ben gets a walk. Another ace for Robix in the small blind jamming. Merla with deuces, thinking about calling. We'll just find the fold. You're always flipping or dominated. Deuces is an interesting call. 7-10 goes for the min raise this time. Already Rue. It will work. Ace 10 for Ben. Ripping it in and getting it through. Deuce 5. What do we do? Just find the fold this time. Okay, so Robix is playing pretty darn reasonable. 5-4 suited. Makes sense. Rip it in. Get the folds. Was interesting to see the raise for about 12 big in a 12 big blind effective pot. Ace King easy jam. The two shorties are just blinding down, unfortunately. Ben's getting a few chances. A king or 9, a 6. Nope. bcpoff doubles up to 20 blinds. King Jack. Merla jams and gets it through. King Jack. What do we do? Jam and get it through. Blind on blind, pocket pair versus pocket pair, gets in. 8 on the flop, locking up the pot. Merla up to 20 blinds. Pretty well evened us out again. Queen Jack 6 flop. I see a bet from Robix and a fold from Ben. Ben off 15 will raise Jack 10 and get Ace 6 to fold, but Merla calls the big with Jack 8. This is good news. Jack 7 deuce flop. Merla goes for the check raise. Ben calls. No 8 yet. Merla puts in another million chips. Ben jams. What do we do with top pair 3-handed? Hard to fold, but Merla does still find it. Nicely done. King Jack for Robix. Jam. Robix right back to the jamming game. Aces from Merla. Robix won't go bounty hunting just quite yet. King 3 in the small blind. We'll limp on in. Queen 8-7 flop. 2 pair for Ben on the turn. Nothing doing for Merla, so he just finds the fold. Ace and a Jack ripping it in. Ace and an 8 for bcpoff. Going bounty hunting maybe? 3-handed and ace becomes pretty damn strong, but Ben will find the fold still. Nicely done. Kings versus Queen 10. What the hell do we do? Robix limps. Merla checks. 6-5-5. Nothing doing for Merla. So what the hell? Should just be a give up. Deuce on the turn. Robix not going to get any value here. Unless Queen High wants to defend. 7-8's a straight draw. 3-4 is a straight. It could be some random it's a limp pot, right? So we could just have some random S4-7. There's plenty of draws that missed. Merla will just check it down with the Queen High and show him the loser. Robix is like, hey, I got kings, my friend. Ooh, blind on blind. Ace King versus Ace 6 quickly gets in. Any board pair would chop the pot on the river. No, it wouldn't. Yes, it would. They both played 2 pair with the ace. Anyways, Robix eventually gets the bounty. He's done a great job 3-handed of putting the most pressure on the other players, even as things evened out there for a little bit. Benzie B with a pair down to 13 blinds, facing another bet on the turn. We'll find the fold. 6 high is good for Robix. Robix limping in the 5-4. Ben raising king 3. Robix folds and we move along. 5-4 for Ben, limping in. Robix picking up a diamond draw. We'll bet it on the turn and get it on through. Ace and a king gets a walk. That's no fun. Limp pot. Robix makes a pair of 9s. Checks it back. Things don't get all that interesting. 8 on the river. Ben might pay. Nope. Just moves along. Good stuff. Ripping the king deuce. Okay, well, he's getting shorter, you know. He's down to 12 blinds. That's what happens with the suited king there. 7-5 taking a stab on the 10-10-4 board. Robix completes. Comes along with the queen 8. 7-5 makes a pair on the river. Robix blocks the flush. Takes a real small stab. Benzie B quickly calls and shows him the 5. Robix is like, fuck. I just got a queen of clubs. No queen high call this time from Robix. Does have a king. He sticks in a 2 bet actually. Benzie B jams after limping. Robix says, okay, you got it. Ace king this time for Robix. Benzie B with the jack and a 9. Flopping a straight draw on the flush draw. King on the turn. Top pair, top kicker facing a raise for pot. Quick call. Benzie B fires away. Hard to fold top pair, top kicker. Robix will find the call. Benzie B back down to 12 blinds. Both players with a pair of 4s. Goes check check on the flop. One liner to a 6 and clubs complete on the river with the board pair. Small bet from the queen 4. Let's see a bluff a Ruski. Turn your pair of 4s into a bluff. Benzie B just calls. And they chop it up. Limp from Robix. Benzie B says, okay, we'll go to a flop this time. Robix picks up a gut shot to a 7, bets it, and gets the king high to fold. 3-4 for Robix. Limp pot. 2 pair for Benzie B. We'll bet on the turn and get the fold, of course. An ace for Robix. We'll just jam for 13 effective. Alrighty, Rue. Blinds go up. Queen 7. Limping in. Completely dominated. Good thing he didn't jam. Ben gets a walk. 9 blinds and walks Robix. Ooh, this will get in. King or jack or ace or 9. Nope. What's his name? Robix? Forgot his name after saying it 2 seconds ago. He eventually gets the bounty. Nicely done by Robix to hang on in there. Let's go back to the beginning, see where he started on off. 12 blinds, one of our shorties. And again, you're battling things out with Benzie B, Fresh OD, and the other fellers. It's not an easy final table to find a way to get the job done with, coming in second last position. Nicely done, Robux. I hope to see you some more on some more final tables, battling out with these killers out there. If you made it all the way through, good job, you know. These can be a real drag at times. And this one, it was an interesting, like, 4-way battle. Right? How long did that go on for? That went on for a little bit. For at least a good portion of the video, and then the 3-handed battle afterwards. And, like, we're not that deep, right? Robix down to 11 bigs, being the shorty, still 4-handed left, finds a way to hang in there and get the job done. Like, great job. Excited for the next one. I'm gonna watch some freaking 8 game. It's gonna be ridiculous. I've got no idea what's going on. Anyways, adios.